October 7th. Hi, gorgeous. How are
It's
you?
never too early to start celebrating. I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so good. Believe it or not, it's 10 a.m. here, and it took everything in me to wake
I
up.
know, I know. I'm sorry. That's a real friend when you know they're gonna wake up
Oh,
early. Just like my friend over here woke up real early too.
I cannot wait to see what you're doing. So, you guys,
Thank
this is
you.
Velázquez.
Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
We have
I love
known
you now.
each other for so long. You are such an amazing friend. You're such an amazing artist. You
Thank
have
you.
such an amazing soul. I love your husband, Johnny.
You love
They're such
me too, and I love your husband also.
So Andrew, give us a quick
Yeah.
little, because you know that you prepared your model so beautifully for this. This is so sweet of you to give everybody this
Little
little bit of a
sneak
tease
peek.
of what
Little
you
sneak
will get on
Yeah.
October 7th in Nashville.
Yes, I can't wait to be there finally in your new hood. We both originally started our careers in the West Coast and now have migrated throughout the southern areas, and I'm here for it. It's great. Like, why not spread the magic and the creativity wherever we go? And I'm so proud of what you have been able to accomplish with your brand, with your products, and now the Makeup Ultra flagship store that you have, which I can't wait to visit and then come in and experience it, and then also share my expertise and my culture and my craft, and that is a Dia de los Muertos Masterclass, also known as Day of the Dead. It's something that I'm very passionate about as a Mexican American individual, man of color, born and raised in East LA, Boyle Heights, Chicano. That's just what was like bred into my food, my air, everything that was around us. And really the significance behind it is to celebrate your past loved ones, whether they are fur babies, whether they are family members, friends, or partners, and celebrating the good moments that you had with them by decorating and creating altars, just like you have the makeup altar. So see, there's that connection. There's that too.
I love
And
an altar. I love an altar. And, you know, Maria Valdivia, hairdresser back from the day, another Mexican American, good friend of mine, hairdresser. She really, really was into it. And she kind of inspired me way back.
yeah.
To get into the Dia de los Muertos altar. As you guys all know, I love an altar. I usually do it with like astrology, but I always now include the Dia de los Muertos for all of my past loved ones. And it is really special. And this is a time of year. Today is the autumn equinox.
Exactly.
This is when literally day and night is equal in the entire world. We are heading towards Samhain. We are heading towards the fall. We're heading towards Halloween and Dia de los Muertos, where the veil is very thin. So this is a really good time to connect with ancestors.
That's right. That's right.
So tell me, Andrew, so a lot of people can equate like skulls to something scary.
Yeah.
So to explain why in the Mexican culture the skulls are so important in this tradition.
Sure. No, absolutely. You said it perfectly. I've had even some people that can be a little triggered by it at times, and I'm compassionate about that. I understand it. And I too, as a child, was a little terrified of it too. Being raised Catholic, going to, a very conservative area, and being told that if you sinned that you were going to go to hell, and then that equates to the death. And so I was terrified of just the idea of death, right? However, with my mother, who is no longer with us, rest in peace, Mom, she is really the one that kind of like made me see the beauty in it. And it's like, you don't have to look at the body as a shell, which is why the skull is kind of not significant. It's really, the person is about the spirit that is in them, and it lives forever. And there were studies done back in the day where when these groups and communities would pray, you can physically see their thoughts and their prayers like escape their brain and go out into the universe. So that's proof that manifestation, words of affirmations, and those are all part of that celebration and that tradition. When you are putting out into the universe what you are saying to your past loved one, they're receiving it back, because your body's just like a vessel. You know what I'm saying? So that skull, that skeleton is insignificant. It's not, so now I don't see it as scary. I see it as like, oh, it's just kind of like holding this, you know, species up. But really, me inside is always there, wherever I go, if I'm alive or if I'm dead. And really, my mom is the one that like taught me to embrace that. So thanks, Mom.
I love it. I love it so much. When do you start your Day of the Dead altar?
October 1st.
Okay.
It's happening. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I always kind of have a little bit of just one chilling because of like our past dogs, like Sasha's, Johnny's first dog that passed away, and then Jack Tripper, my little Chihuahua Terrier that passed away a year ago. So we have their ashes, and then now my mom's going to be there too. So that's kind of like always there. It's more streamlined and clean. It's not as, you know, but even back in Echo Park where we lived, where we had our home, there was a huge altar all the time. Like it was just this big yellow wall. You never went. So you were always invited, but you never went. Huge
I could
yellow
never make it. It was so
I know.
ridiculous.
It was a huge yellow wall. And do you remember those like Expedia, IKEA, where you would put your vinyl records? Like they look like a big square with a bunch of, that was like our altar. So literally each square had its like purpose. And then what we would do is we'd host these Day of the Dead parties for friends and families to come and bring pictures of their family loved ones, and they would add it to our altar as well. So we just kept that tradition going, and we're going to continue that here. Probably not to that capacity, but on a smaller like level. So yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. So, okay, there's so much to talk about. So why don't, I mean, because really, really quickly, because I know we want to get to your gorgeous model, little peek of back there. You are an author of a memoir that is freaking gorgeous. Okay, where is the book? Grab it and show it. Just show a couple.
This is Veronica, by the way. Say hi.
Hi.
I'm so grateful that she's here.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Also Latina, and we got one glam going on, and the other one we're going to talk about soon. Yes. So here is Amor es Arte, Arte es Amor, also known as Love is Art, Art is Love. This was a 4-year project. I came to Melanie Mills because I love her and she inspires me, and she also is an author and created a book that I have right here as well called Glitter Glam.
Oh, you're so...
And I remember seeing how hard she worked for it, and the just the making of it, right? The behind the scenes, the photography, the narrative. And so I was like, I want to do that too one day, you know. And I hit up your reference, who was John, and he's very helpful and resourceful. And so that's where it all kind of started. And I collected these journals that I had organized while I was on American Beauty Star as just like a peace of mind kind of meditation thing for myself. And I would write all these things, and then I started drawing. I realized as I finished, it kept going back to my culture. It kept going back to things that inspired me, which is my heritage, being a man of color, being gay, being an artist, like all those factors. So at the end, I'm like, oh, wow, I have a book. So let me put it together and have someone help me compose it, because as an artist, I'm very like visual. So everything was like word of mouth, like word vomit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly the way it was for me. Like all the pictures were there, but then and I procrastinated so hard to the point where then it became a lot of hard work. And Nick, who's a writer, I thought would be able to help me. And he started to write some stuff, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like me. He's like, because it's not. And he sat there for hours on end writing, because yes, we're artists, we're not writers, and that was a challenge.
But with that said, thank you for bringing that up. Because we are artists, we are also writers. We just express it in a different medium. So I had to translate my brain to just type. So I would do it whenever I was inspired, basically. Traveling, air, I would drive back to East LA, Boyle Heights, and park in front of the house that I grew up in, put on like Nirvana or Cranberries, whatever I was listening to back in the day, and just like type. Anyhow, so 1 year for the narrative, the editing. I also wanted to create the visual artwork, so I chose 10 cards from a Mexican bingo art game called Loteria, which is very similar to a tarot kind of style, because each card is significant and has like a meaning. So for example, La Rosa is the story of my parents, and it's, I also, with the card, listed the meaning behind each card. So you'll have the contents, You'll have the beautiful artwork, the front of
Wait,
the
show
card,
us a picture really quick up close.
the front of the card.
You guys, that is all body makeup conceptualized by Andrew. He did this, and you have it all documented. There's like YouTube, I'm sure, with you guys. Go to his bio, go to his link, and get over and check out all these videos. This is also going to be great education for you too. I'm so impressed by this book and your story, and it was a lot for you to put out, Andrew. It really was. Those of you that are gay, that need to be inspired, that, you know, I'm telling you, this book is great. I read it. I read it in a sitting. I read it in a sitting.
I love you.
And then the art, fabulous. And so one thing I've always loved about you as an artist, Andrew, is you have a very unique sense of color. And I'm sure that this comes from your Mexican background. Because it's a very colorful culture. That's what I love about Mexico so much. And so you have this really unique sense of color, and you've always gone very bold with the color, and I love that. And so I feel like this class, you guys, and I don't care if you just do bridal or you just do, you know, beauty, you need to constantly expand your artistic education. Always educate. I've been doing this for over 25 years, and I will soak up anything I can get. And let me tell you something, I learned something from every single class. Plus, we have Halloween up around the corner, and I'm sure all you artists are going to be getting hit up for some Halloween looks. So let's get into your wait, really quick. You got to show us your palette.
Yes. I just started our beautiful model. Everybody meet Veronica Perez. Yes, I got it right.
Gorgeous.
Love her. And as you can see, we started the glam side, so the hair just more down, and we got a little bit of gleam happening, rose gold and deep bronze. I use the Body Radiance as her primer, and got to do that Andrew brow and then Andrew eyeliner. And I also used my palette, Mi Corazon. So with the making of the book and the artwork, I realized there was a lack of pigment, and I wanted it to really stand out, as Melanie said, because I am dramatic and I love boldness. So I chose to create my own palette based off the artwork of the book. You have El Catrín, this beautiful beige, and come on, guys, like full pigment, animal cruelty free, all vegan, safe for eyes, cheeks, and lips, and can be used wet or dry. So I wanted it to be for not only a regular consumer, but for a pro artist that wants to have like a staple palette in their kit. And so you can use this for a full face. You have La Garza, which is beautiful kind of cotton candy pink. El Apache, which is this yummy ochre mustard color. Works for all skin tones. We have El Corazon, which is a beautiful blush or lip color.
I use that color all the time. Actually, I use this palette all the time.
Thank you.
And the black, like the blackest, and these
blackest.
Yeah, it is such a black.
It really is. I'm gonna swatch it just because. I mean, come on.
And they're creamy.
They are.
Oh my God, you did such a good job on this palette. And also, it's beautiful. Look at what I also love. What the pans are sitting on is like a Mexican blanket.
Thank you. All the detail matters. It's on the side of the packaging. On the front, you got a corazon. There's a magnet that seals it for you, so you can travel with it. It's not going to spill. And then you get a little bit of my story in the back. And Jack Tripper, my Chihuahua Terrier, is my co-creator because he will always be with me. And yeah, there's a little bit of gold leafing in the signature. That's my actual autograph, so that's how I sign. So you get a little bit of that as well.
And
so yeah,
you guys, for those that are going to attend the class here in Nashville, October 7th from 4 to 6, you get that palette. The ticket is $75. The palette is worth $45. And this class is open to everybody. You don't need to be a makeup artist to attend.
Right.
Just be into art, and you can just be into education and the history of the day as well. Of course, I always have some, little nibbles and some drinks, and I'll offer a discount in the store that day. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So let's get into looking at the gorgeous model, because
Let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to start with a flat brush similar to a paintbrush. I went ahead and used the MAC Cosmetics White Full Coverage, and that is going to be my primer for creating the Sugar Skull. So a little bit back into the Sugar Skull tradition. So what we would do in Mexico, I mean, I didn't grow up there, but what my people did in Mexico is they would decorate, you know, these altars, and outside they would also have the traditional carnations and roses, and candies, and then they would decorate sugar skulls that were made of like spicy chili candy, which we love, and pastries and all that kind of stuff. And then the idea is that they would leave it out for their past loved ones to come out and nibble on it, and then the next day they would be gone. So it was like a tradition.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, for me, with altar building, I'm always leaving an offering. Yes, they're all astrologically built. Like, so like, you know, in the shop right now, if you were to go, it would be really, the middle one right now is still in honor of the new moon that we had in Virgo. And I put all the colors there and the stones and the crystals and the flowers and the herbs and wine and milk and water and honey and whatever is called for that astrological sign and its ruling planet and God love. And the idea is that, and I always love to include my angels, my guides, my ancestors, the great ones that were before us. And it's exactly what you just said. You're leaving this offering for these spirits, for these guides, for these ancestors to enjoy, to be happy and bless you, basically. And so I just love that. And the Sugar Skull, so I was also born and raised in LA, and so I have a very deep connection to this culture as well. And I just love the Sugar Skull and the candies and the bread and just, oh God, I miss LA Mexican food.
I'm going back in October. I'll bring you some.
You know what? I'm actually going there tomorrow for a week for family and friends, but I'll load up. But yeah, okay. So look at this. So this is some great pigment. Now in the class, because I carry Kryolan, you're going to be using a lot of the Kryolan products as well as.
I have some here too. Yeah.
Yeah. And which is, you know, all along kind of these same lines. Now, speaking of Mac, you were with Mac for forever, for so long.
Yeah, I started when I was 18. I was with them for 11 years at the Mac Nordstrom Topanga. I was the first boy at that counter, first Mac boy. And I'll never forget meeting like Paula Abdul, who else? Kris Jenner or Jenner, whatever. And like it was just a normal thing because Woodland Hills is like where it's next to Calabasas, where all the celebrities live too. And then I worked at Mac Glendale as the manager, and then I worked at the flagship location, Mac Pro Store, which is another great opportunity where I was able to be a part of the industry events and all the body art concept designs. And they also created a book that I was a part of too, called The Deck of Cards. Thinking about that too, that it's full circle. We're all kind of connected.
I didn't know that. That's so cool. Please bring that book when you come.
Yeah, look, I have it right here, actually. I always have it. I keep everything in my space that inspires me. And so we were part of the first Mac Chinese dress event. I was the event coordinator with Seth Dolan, who was our event director. And so we together casted the models, casted the photographers, the videographers. And so I was like, I want to hold one of these one day that's my own too. You know what I mean? So
yes,
that's like
another, I was very inspired by Kevin Aquan, of course.
Yes.
And
hero.
I did do some odes to Kevin from some of the looks that he did in his book too, like with Adrena. I did the Raquel Welch from the 10,000 BC.
Yeah.
But yeah. So he's going to have his book, and do you guys notice that fan back there? He's going to have the fans. That's his.
Demonstrate it for us, babe.
Oh yes.
She's pretty experienced with a fan.
Ooh!
Can you explain to Melanie how to use it, because she can't figure it out.
Okay, do you know how many friends of mine are drag queens and they've come over and they've shown me, and I still just for some reason cannot.
You're a drag queen too. Come on.
I am, bitch. I mean, seriously. But I just have an issue with that fan.
Explain to Melanie Mills how to clack a fan.
Okay.
Well,
Here's the tutorial.
So we have the artwork on the front. So you have to have the artwork facing you, right? So when it opens, you see the back. And then you have to make sure when you're holding it, you just hold it by the one side, the one handle, and you kind of just like let it drop out. But you have to give it the flick, so you get
Woohoo!
It's my favorite.
So that fan will be at the studio that day, as well as his book. We're going to have a book for sale that you can purchase, and he will sign for you. You get to have his wonderful palette, which you're going to die over. I'm serious.
I'm using at Catherine right now to set the white full coverage. Sorry to interrupt you.
No. And so, okay, so I don't want you to give too much away in this because this is like a tease.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm looking forward to in this class, because, you know, I am a beauty makeup artist. I did used to do a lot of effects and some fantasy. I can't wait to see how you like your order of drawing and shading and that kind of stuff, because we're already starting to get booked up for Halloween.
Right.
And Nick wants to be the Joker, which is a similar-ish vibe.
Yeah, a little bit. The highlights and the contrast, very similar.
And we've got all these great comments, by the way. That model is beautiful. Makeup looks so good. Wandam25, you go, girl. We've got Veronica's Veronica, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Your aunt's on here.
Let's go, Thea.
We've got the Josu Madrano saying hi, Daisy. We have Celery and Beauty. I hope I'm not saying hi, beautiful people.
Hello.
We have a very witchy woman saying looks like the palette is a Christmas and Halloween must-have, which I can't agree more.
Thank you for saying
yep.
that.
Bone 35. That's my beautiful niece Veronica.
Oh.
Just some wonderful, wonderful hellos and Glam Tech. Hi, Andrew and friends. Hi, TT. So just some great people on board checking this out and
So cute.
And giving love. So that is awesome. We're already seeing the magic happen.
I got some Krylon right here that I'm going to be using now. This is the Aqua palette. You can see that I've given it a lot of love. And it's water activated. I don't know if you sell it at the Makeup Ultra.
We will. We are bringing it in because of this class and because of Halloween. We absolutely are.
Definitely a must-have. And then I have another version of it that these also glow in the dark. So you can create your canvas, have your white Sugar Skull palette first, and then decorate it and adorn it with UV sensitive light, and then walk around with the purple light under you, and you're going to be glowing in the dark.
I love it, especially for Halloween, man. I mean, that's just fun. It's just super fun. And then you'll be playing with a whole bunch of the shop products. I mean, we've got like the lemon head glitters. We're also bringing in the Krylon glitter sprays.
Cool.
So much fun stuff for Halloween and for this class. So I just had Wandam25 let me know that Veronica is her daughter.
My mom.
So,
hi, Mom.
We have a very witchy woman asking what will be included, what will the class entail. So for those of you that are just like chiming in, this class is going to be focused on the Sugar Skull for Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. And Andrew is going to do a full Sugar Skull, probably even a little body like paint, because that's just what he does. And so you'll get to learn all the tips and tricks of like how to layer these sorts of paints and paintings and how to shade and just, you know, all of this wonderful stuff that really is also going to translate into beauty work as well. And just look at this color palette he's already starting to work with. Like his color is so fun, guys. So it's a 2-hour class, demo style. We will have some snacks and nibbles and some Day of the Dead theme stuff happening.
Yeah.
And
Yes, but also if you're not able to attend live, you can watch it at the comfort of your own home
yeah,
on Zoom.
yes. So the class is $75 to come in person in Nashville, Saturday, October 7th from 4 to 6. And it's $75, but you get that $45 palette, you guys. It's really kind of awesome. But yeah, if you can't make the actual class in Nashville and you live elsewhere, you can join Zoom live right then and there and have up to 2 weeks to rewatch it. But even if you can't make the live, you can also purchase the class and have up to 2 weeks to watch it too. And we do always include a fantastic product list of everything that Andrew used. At the class, he will also bring his books, his fans for purchase, and then we'll be offering a discount in the shop as well.
That's so great of you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, we just got Eugenia Weston of Cine
I
Cosmetics
love
joining. Hello.
her. When are
Brie.
we all gonna have a party together?
I
Like
know,
brows.
I know. I'm dying to get Eugenia in the shop as well. Hopefully we can make that happen soon, babe. I got to see Eugenia in Nashville because her and her daughter Theta joined us at our booth, the Makeup Ultra booth at the Nashville Makeup Show.
Right.
So that was a treat. That was an absolute treat.
I mean, she's like the OG brow queen too.
Woo! OG.
Mhm.
And we stock a lot of her products.
I'm gonna have to get some.
And definitely stock her all of her brow, her lips and shadows and liners, and she just launched something that I'd love to try, which is the Barely base. It looks amazing. Looks like this luxurious, fabulous skin tint. I can't wait to try it.
Cool.
We have and Pooja joined. Brianna Margot Monroe joined. Hello, love, love, love. Yeah, we've just got all these fantastic people
Hello,
on here.
visitors. Thank you for watching. Show some hearts if you're liking what you're seeing. Look at Ms. Veronica embracing both sides of her personality. She's got the glamarilla on the other side, using all gleam. And now we're doing Mi Corazon, Sugar Skull, realness.
And so right now, he started off with some MAC Cosmetics white base, and he powdered from his palette with like the cream kind of white shade.
Yes.
And now using the so you powder before you start layering?
Absolutely. It's important. Otherwise, the first two layers that I added with the white full coverage and then the Catherine, you have to use a translucent powder to lock that in order for all these designs that you're going to decorate to adhere properly. And so you have that contrast with the pale skin and the really intense colors. And I haven't even added black yet. Once you have the black, oof, next level.
Yeah. Yeah, and so he's using for this bright color right now the UV aqua or water activated paints from Kryolan, which we are bringing into the shop, which he will be using in the class, along with like other products from the shop too. Yeah, it's going to be great. I cannot wait. We actually have already sold some tickets. It's really exciting. It is an intimate space, so I would recommend to get your tickets sooner than later.
That's right, guys.
We've got Allison PR joined. Hello. We've got MUA Dania Luna. We've got a very witchy woman asking, what are some of your favorite applications to make from this makeup for your career? I mean, I can speak to it that I worked at Nickelodeon for, gosh, I think like 15 years. Mm-hmm. And so I do a lot of fantasy painting. My last show with Nickelodeon before I moved out here was All That. It was a reboot of the original All That. And oh my God, we had so much fun on that. I really, really am bummed that that one kicked to the curb because COVID happened. They just couldn't bring it back, I guess. But what a fun show. So we painted and used this sort of stuff all day long.
Yeah.
I think that when you want to translate it to a beauty, it just helps you be more bold. You know, I love layering liquids, creams, and powders because I feel like you get like way more dimension. And so this is just going to be another medium to work with that will advance your artistry. How about you with that?
Oh, 100%. You said it perfectly. Well, to be honest with you, growing up in East LA and in Los Angeles in the 90s, I was kind of like raised by drag queens. So they were my first real mentors, other than my mom too, because she's the original drag queen. Um, but drag queens taught me stage, theatrical techniques, and the layering method, the stippling, the baking, the highlight, the contouring. And when I eventually did get some back, I was able to kind of downsize the dramatics of it for an everyday woman and make it work in the same kind of techniques and methods, but just not as intense, you know? So it's all relative.
Exactly, exactly. I just misspelled. We've got I'm seeing it spelled out Jozu, but I want Jose. I don't know. Anyhow, Jose. Um, I wrote, he was asking because he's watching it on mute, and he's like, what is this beautiful box of paints? And I'm letting him know that it was Krylon Aqua, and I accidentally wrote ants. I meant paints. But yeah, this is so pretty. I love what you're doing. It's so beautiful.
Thank you. I kind of work, okay, I like to prepare face charts in advance, but even when I do that, it changes. It's just, I don't know, I'm more like on the fly. I like to go with the vibe and what I feel from the individual. So whatever Veronica is exuding, this is what's coming out.
So, so talking about that. Okay, wait. I just totally lost my train of thought.
We do that. We're all over the place. We're good.
That thought will come back to me. It'll come back to me. We have Tiny Susie join, John DeParo join. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're liking what you're seeing. You're getting a little sneak peek. This is not everything that we're doing at the Day of the Dead Masterclass in Nashville, Tennessee at the Makeup Altar, October 7th, Saturday, 4 p.m. Make sure you join in.
Yep, the class will be available in person for $75 with his gorgeous, gorgeous palette, or available to watch online and either live, where you can, you know, be live with us, ask questions and all that good stuff, or you can purchase the class later and you'll have up to 2 weeks to rewatch it. And that is $33. This is just coming alive. So this is Andrew Velázquez that's painting on the beautiful Veronica. And he did a beauty makeup on one side using his palette and some Gleam and some other staple products. And then on this side, he is giving us a real quick taste of a Dia de los Muertos sugar skull. He will be doing a full sugar skull and probably some body paint too, at our class on October 7th in Nashville at the Makeup Altar. Okay, I know what I was going to say when my brain went left. Face charts. Andrew is like a master of face charting. We actually tried to put together a class a little while ago for face charting, and it had to get like pushed to another date. But that's another element of art and artistry that really, I think, adds, you know, enriches you as an artist. And so I teased the face chart on the stories earlier today. And you know, of course, some people get real detailed, and some people really will then follow that chart to a T. They're also really great to follow to a T, like when you're doing New York fashion weeks or like big shows where you need like the other artists to really do something specific. But I think it's just another fantastic medium that enriches your artistry.
100%. It's a great strategy that I am able to teach remotely to many cosmetology schools and talk about color theory, anatomy, you know, balance, symmetry, fine line work. There's so many things that you can go over And yeah, for bridal, you can use it for fashion week. You can use it for when you're on set to ensure you have continuity for different scenes that are shot. It's just a really resourceful tool that I still use 20 plus years later, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've done little face charting. I'd like to get into it a little bit more. I think it's so interesting to build a face onto paper. I mean, I just love that in art, period, right? So like you don't even need to be a makeup artist to have fun with the face charts. As a matter of fact, I think face charting, if you are an artist that likes to paint humans, draw humans, that this is also something that you should look into and work on and try. We have the Walking 25, masterpiece in the making, blessings to all, love my daughter, love the award in the background, thank you.
That was Veronica's dad. Yay.
The whole family's here. I love it.
Here for it. So I'm actually using, speaking of the palette Mi Corazon, a little bit of water onto the brush. Don't wet the pan itself, only wet your brush. My brush is here. And look at how liquidy it gets. And this is what is happening.
Ooh, okay. I haven't played with it wet yet.
You gotta do it, babe. Don't add too much water. It's gotta be, you have to use a spritz. Like, just do this. And then that little bit of water turns your La Araña black eyeshadow into a liquid, beautiful cat wing.
I love it. I love it.
But we're almost done with this little sneak peek, and we can continue to talk about what is happening at the class, because I think where are we at with time? I'm not.
We're at 10:44, so we should probably, you know, this was sneak peek. Are you gonna finish the side and photograph it?
I feel like if you're available, I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, please do. Please finish it so that we can post it.
Yes.
Coming along beautifully. So far,
the fan, and then cover like one side.
Woo!
So here's the glam. We got the Latina realness with the brow, with Melanie Mills gleam, body radiance, and rose gold. And then, bam, we got Mi Corazon sugar skull.
Ooh, and just
white.
Like the shading comes in. So he started off with MAC white paint, powdered with the creamy shade, the white creamy shade of his palette Mi Corazon. Then he used the Kryolan aqua paints, the UV ones, like that gorgeous palette, you guys, that you get with your ticket to this class. And he then used those Kryolan paints. And did you powder on top of the Kryolan before doing the black?
No, I haven't, but I would recommend using, because there's a little bit of movement happening on the eyelids specifically, excuse me. I'm going to use a pigment that's also UV sensitive to set it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he wet his brush and worked on that gorgeous black that's in that palette to create the line work.
I'll show you.
And so then, like any sort of shading, like as far as shadow and like adding that kind of texture in, you do last, I guess, or is it a combo of before paint and after? Or
kind of throughout. Yeah, it'll happen throughout.
Yeah, this is going to be so fun. Like I said, we've already sold a few tickets. So just to kind of close out, you guys, this is Andrew Velázquez. Let's see your gorgeous face again, please.
Oh, sorry. Hi. How's it going? Thank you guys for joining.
Good friend of mine from Los Angeles. He's an amazing artist. He is going to be doing a Día de Los Muertos makeup demo masterclass at the Makeup Altar here in Nashville. The class is $75. You get that beautiful palette. Woo! Get that beautiful palette that's worth $45 with your in-person ticket. It's also available to view live online via Zoom while the class is happening, but you can also purchase it later. Up to
yes, you guys, I cannot wait to give you a big hug and to just embrace all the energy that Nashville has to offer and the Makeup Altar. and just meet all the beautiful people there and get to know you and show me where to like have the best food, because I've never been there, to be honest with you.
It's a fun city. There's so much to do. That's so much to do. Too much to do.
I can't wait. I can't wait. But this is just a little sneak peek. You're gonna get even more knowledge, technique, color theory, history, culture, heritage. What else do you want? You know what I mean? Like, it's all there.
And then I know that you're going to be like throwing in, yes, I have Melanie, actually is her name as well, Miller. Hi, babe. Please bring your daughter. Absolutely. There's no limit for
totally
this.
Kid friendly.
Yeah, totally kid friendly. I think, as a matter of fact, it'd be a great idea to bring this, especially just getting into the fall.
Book,
spirit.
palette, fan, knowledge, all of it.
And just, it's like, you know, you'll see when you come up, fall is really starting to happen here. The leaves, the weather's been insanely beautiful. And so it's tis the season to get into the mood. And
it's also Hispanic Heritage Month, so there's that too. Support your peeps. Support your peeps.
So much. And yeah, I think this would actually be so great for the family to get into the spirit and to learn about the culture and the altar building for, you know, this beautiful, beautiful celebration of life, really.
100%.
And yeah, so I actually did have a mother-daughter team come in the other day, and they said, "Ooh, this would be a great idea." And there's, we're gonna call aunt and cousin, and I'm like, "Yeah, bring the whole family, seriously." I'm gonna find some Mexican treats to have at the event.
Cool. I'm gonna come in a little closer so you can get some more sneak peeks.
Get in there before we say goodbye. Hi, Chuck. It's been forever, boo.
Can you see it?
You just have to tilt it a little.
How fun. I mean, and guys, I mean, you can see the detail just with the beauty makeup, like how stunning that is. I love the contact that you threw in. I know you're going to embellish the look at the shop with rhinestones and glitter and all sorts of.
Yes. This is just like the mid transition. There would be much more.
This is such just a kiss, just a taste to tease you to come on down to the class. You're going to get a way more like
so pretty.
Situation.
And the outfits. Can we talk about this outfit too?
Yes. Let's see it. Let's see it. Stand up. Let's see it. I love it. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. So this is
both wearing our Latino stuff. I got my guayabera.
I noticed.
Her folklorico dress from Mexico.
Oh, I love it. You know, I have a dress that I got in Mexico, but it's more of like kind of a muumuu. I wonder if I should wear it.
Muumuu.
It's kind of a boo-boo.
I'm here for the boo-boo, but wear whatever you're comfortable in. But look, I got my tapatio shorts. I got my loteria shoes. I got my dogs.
Andrew is the sweetest guy and the best educator. I want to touch really quick because you also taught for a long time. Was it the cinema makeup school with Lee Neal?
Yeah, I actually will be back in Los Angeles teaching a full week of advanced beauty theory. So I'll be there the last 2 weeks of October because I do a lot of Halloween clients as well. And Halloween parties happen every day there. And so yeah, I'll be there October 21st through November 2nd, which is actually Día de los Santos, which is the day after Día de los Muertos. So for those of us that don't know, which I'm not going to give too much away, just go to the class, click the link, and you'll find all that stuff out.
And one last quick little plug too. Next month, the Makeup Altar is going to celebrate 1 year. I can't believe it.
Congratulations! Where's my fan?
Woohoo!
Okay.
Yay! Bravo!
We'll be having a celebration at the shop on October 14th, all day long, really. We're going to have DJ Oracle on the porch. We're going to have some champagne being poured, a bar by donation available, a
sounds lit. Yes.
A real tattoo bar, okay? Glitter bars, and Makeup Forever is giving the most stunning goodie bag for the first 75 customers as well. So and you'll get 10% off the whole shop. So you guys keep that in mind. And Andrew, thank you so much. Veronica, thank you so much. I can't wait to see you.
Me too.
Oh my God.
Me too.
Bye, you guys.
How did that happen? Oh my God, that was so cool. Did you see that? I did this and it just like hearts.
Do that again.
That was cool.
Like this. Yes.
All right, everybody. We'll see you in Nashville, Tennessee at the Makeup Ultra. I love you, Melody Mills. Thank you. I love you, Veronica.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Yay.
Ah! Bye, babe.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
love you. Mwah.
Mwah.